eBay sellers, it's Suzanne. Thanks for coming back for another video. And today is a Money Making Monday. And these are taken from April 23rd, 2018 from my Facebook group, Stay at Home Moms Selling on eBay. And if you are not familiar with this format, we have a thread in my Facebook group every week that Shani starts, and the members, which were over 30,000 members now, post their sales from the previous week, what they sold, where they got it, how much they paid for it, what they sold it for, and a link to the item so you can go look at the actual item if you have any questions as far as free shipping versus not, was it best offer, all those kind of details that you can go and look at the listing. So here we are, and we're going to start here with Bethany, who paid $1 for this item, sold for $31 in a week or two, and she sold this game several times now. So I did look this up to see what it is, and I believe it's pronounced Milborn. It is a French game that has to do with travel. So this was a very popular game, I think in the 60s. And yeah, it says 1962, Parker Brothers French card game. So it has something to do with traveling and apparently is very fun and addicting. So this actually has to do with the road signs, the mile markers in France. So it's named after that. Anyway, she said she's found this a few times before, and she sold it for $31.45, and it was $1. And then we have some comments here below her sale post about other sellers knowing what this game is and that kind of thing. And let me just tell you that I have not previewed these sales. I'm just jumping in looking at this for the first time, so this is totally ad lib. It's just randomly picking people. I did check this out when I first started to record this video because I'd never heard of this, and so wanted some background on that. So we're going to just start working through these and seeing what people have sold. Then we've got Teresa here, who is still listing our children's vintage toys. Took 3 months but had many watchers, so I stuck to my price and sold on April 21st for $24.95 plus shipping. And it is Discovery Toys. Looks like building blocks. So these are great to pick up at garage sales. I trust games and toys a little better when they're at garage sales, because maybe trust isn't the right word, but our thrift stores here, they bundle a bunch of stuff together with stretch wrap, and you don't know what's in there, so you can't open up the game and look at, does it have all the pieces, does it have all the parts? And I just don't like buying things unless I know what I'm getting. Even when I buy linens, I unwrap the stretch wrap and look at it before I buy it, because I want to know what's in there. So just keep that in mind if you're out sourcing for toys and games and things that have multiple parts, that sometimes the thrift stores make it difficult for you to see what's in there. And I don't like throwing money away. I like to know what I'm paying for and what I'm getting. So this was just a batch of blocks and different, it's called Builders, Benders, and More. So like a building set with little plastic pieces. And she said this was hers, and it took 3 months, but it sold for $24.95 plus shipping. So way to wait out your price there, Teresa. Okay, then we've got Bethany again. She paid $8, sold in a few hours for $45 plus shipping. Didn't realize they were missing an insole or would have listed for more. So this is a case where she got home with the item, didn't realize that it was missing an insole, and she sold it anyway. And what'd she say? She sold it for $45, so she took a best offer on that. But for those of you that are worried that your items have to be in perfect condition, they do not. So she even shows here in the listing that, you can obviously see that one shoe is missing an insole, and she says down here, missing one insole, price reflects its flaw. Price reflects its flaw. That's hard to say. So anyway, if you are trying to be a perfectionist with your eBay business, you don't have to. Check out my video above about selling damaged or defective items, because there are a lot of things you can sell. They don't have to be perfect, and people will buy them anyway. So you can't really be a perfectionist when you're doing eBay. You're leaving money on the table if you try to do that. Okay, here is Christina. She picked this up for a whopping $2.50 at Goodwill, sold for $80 plus shipping within hours of posting. So again, you've heard me say this over and over, and I'm going to keep saying it over and over. Get those items listed, because they could sell within hours. You could have someone that has an alert set up, so as soon as you list something with the keywords they're looking for, they get notified, and then they can buy it. We have no way to prove if this happens unless the buyer tells us, but it certainly could be happening. That's what alerts are for, so that people will know when things are listed and they can buy them. So this is a Sue Betcher Cards fine bone china set, coffee cup set with cats on it, basically. So let's look at these pictures. If you have not seen these before, this is what it looks like. That's really cute. And let's see if there is a marking or logo on the bottom. There is not. She did not show a photo of what's on the bottom, so I don't know how to describe that, because I have never seen this brand. So it's definitely, got the cats on it. And I'll say that cat lovers just love buying stuff, cat-themed stuff. So put that in your brain for when you're outsourcing. If it has cats, look it up, see what it goes for. And then she's got her description down there, and her price was $79.99. She got full price, and she did not do free shipping. Let me just interject something there, as I always do with my commentary. So many of you out there are thinking that free shipping gets you higher in search, and it doesn't. The fast and free is what gets you higher in search. But you can't control that, because the fast part of it has to do with how far away the buyer is from you. So it's not going to show up for everybody. It's going to show up for people who are in the radius around you that would qualify for it. Okay? There's a lot of confusion about free shipping gets you higher in search, and it used to years ago, and then eBay took it away. I think it was in 2015. They changed it to where it does not get you higher in search anymore. And I know this because for years I did calculated shipping, and then eBay came out with Cassini, the search engine. That came in 2013, and part of that was if you had free shipping, your listing would be bumped higher in search. So we all switched over to free shipping. And then they discontinued that. I hate to say eBay took it away, because they just changed it. And in 2015, and then everybody started changing back, because, well, I'm not going to do free shipping if it doesn't place me higher in search, because it's just a hassle. It's a hassle when you're trying to price your item, because you don't know where it's going to go. I live in Atlanta, and how can I possibly factor in free shipping on an item that's heavy that might go to California? It's too complicated. And I don't want to factor in the highest possible price, because that's not fair for people that live close to me. So I never liked free shipping, and I don't do it. I do only calculated, because it's better for my bookkeeping, and I think it's more fair for the customer, because it's based on where they live. They can set their criteria when doing a search for lowest price plus shipping, or closest to me, a lot of times that's all they care about is the distance because they want this item fast. They need it for something. So this is one of the most common questions I get. What about free shipping? And I will put a link above to my video with more about this, and my free shipping, sorry, let me start over. My shipping flow chart that is free that you can download and print out to help you figure out shipping. But you know, my verdict on free shipping is no. It's too complicated. The buyer knows you're building the shipping cost into the price of the item. You're not fooling anybody. And eBay is trying to be more competitive with Amazon and have free shipping on everything. So that's the reason for it. I don't like it. I don't use it. It's not good for my bookkeeping, and it doesn't really affect me. So that's the end of that story. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Okay, somebody's mentioning me. I guess it's Baby I. Paid $6 at a garage sale and sold for asking price of $49. They paid for shipping. Took a week to sell. I only knew of this brand because of Suzanne's videos. Thanks, Suzanne. Well, you are welcome. I only knew of this brand because of Money Making Mondays. People kept posting it. So everybody's learning all around. So we've got Mackenzie Childs. I do have a video on that. I can only put so many video links above. It only lets me put 5. So if the link for something is not there, just go to my channel and search for the keywords and you'll find it. So this was $6 and she sold it for $49, went for full price, and she charged shipping. And it is Mackenzie Childs stackable. It's like a camping set with the teapot and the cup. Isn't that cute? I guess you put that over the fire. Or you wouldn't have to use it for camping, but that's kind of the idea there. And that looks like enamelware. That is not ceramic. Yeah, that's enamel. So that is really cute. And there you go, another Mackenzie Childs item that doesn't really look like a traditional Mackenzie Child. Normally that brand has like the checkerboard, the black and white. I think they call it a Harlequin black and white pattern. So this is, she would have had to pick this up and look at the bottom, but that's unique enough looking to where I would have picked it up and investigated that further. So very cool. Okay, let's see what else we can find that is different and interesting. Okay, Alicia paid $5 at Goodwill, sold for full asking price of $62.21, even though it had best offer. So there you go. Those of you afraid to use best offer, it could still sell for full price, and you always have control over accepting the offer or not. So I'm really trying to wrap my mind around why people don't use best offer, because you can only win. You could sell more stuff without having to do more work. You just have to let go of that emotional part of being annoyed with people, because guess what? There's annoying people everywhere. They're at the bank. They're at the post office. They're at fast food restaurants. They're out in their cars on the road with us driving. That's just life. There's going to be annoying people. You just have to not let it bother you. So this is a Washington Forge Mardi Gras vintage flatware white 20-piece. It's basically silverware. 4 settings in a box. So I definitely would have picked this up and looked at it because it's in the box. And here we have a 20-piece service for 4. She's got everything laid out there so they see exactly what they're getting. Perfect. And again, she paid $5 at Goodwill and it sold for $62.21. Didn't say how long it took to sell, but it sold. So there you go. Okay, what is this? Jenna Tucker bought for 99 cents at Goodwill and sold for best offer of $18 plus shipping. What is it? Palmolive dish wipes, lemon grove scent, disposable cloths. I don't know if these have been discontinued or what, but there you go. It's, again, I definitely would have picked this up because it's something in the package. I would have researched it before I bought it, but these are the kind of things I gravitate towards, are things that are new in the package. Check those out. So let's see if she says anything. Doesn't say anything about if they are discontinued, but sometimes it doesn't matter. I find things all the time new in the package that sell very well and they're not discontinued. And she did charge shipping for this, and so this was not free shipping. So that's a fun find. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Helen York did pay $18 for this item at a thrift store, and it's sold for $69.99. So another thing I want to speak to here is you guys that have this thing in your head about the item has to sell for so many times the amount you pay for it. I don't like that because you want to look at your profit dollars. You know, if you buy an item for $2, yeah, great, it sells for $6, big deal. You want items that sell for like 25 or 30, and look at your profit. And an easy way to do that is just do a quick 15% for fees. That just covers your 10% on eBay, plus if you had any listing fees, plus your PayPal fees, which are 3% plus 30 cents. That kind of covers you on everything. So, you know, if you've gone past your store allowance and you are into the 20 cent per listing, or if you don't have a store and you're paying per listing, the 15% pretty much covers you. So the reason that whole 3 times your investment thing is spread around so much is because that's how retail does it. We're not retail. This is completely different. So please look at your profit per item instead of like how many times the purchase price something is going to sell for. And I have a great video that shows you exactly how to figure out how to make $2,000 a month on eBay by looking at profit per item and your sell-through. So go check that out. It comes with a free downloadable worksheet that you can figure this out. This month I did so many store critiques, and people are so hung up on this. The item has to sell for 3 to 5 times what I pay for it. Just throw that out the window. Look at your profit dollars. That's what matters. That's what you're paying your bills with, or saving for your vacation, or whatever it is that you do with your eBay money. This percentage thing is just, it's not like applicable to real life. That is a retail thing that they do their numbers and accounting with, and it's completely different than eBay. So just throw that out the window. So what is this item? Polo Ralph Lauren custom fit big pony Canada shirt, extra large. And she did not do free shipping, so here we have another person not doing it. She's got her description down there, and she sold it. It was $18, but she sold it for $69.99. So she made plenty of money on this. Not a big deal. So for those of you that are in areas where thrift store prices are really expensive, this is what you've got to do, is figure out what you can sell something for, because I have no problem paying $10 or $15 for something if I can sell it for $100. This is another mindset out there that I've got to get everything for $1. I've got to get everything for $3 or less. And you just have to think it through. You know, what is your potential profit? What are you going to make when this item sells? That's what you should be focusing on. I was stuck in that for a long time of like, I was scared or hesitant or too cautious to spend more than $3 per item. But you're leaving a lot of stuff behind that could be much bigger profit. You just have to gradually ease yourself into paying more per item. Okay, back to the list here. Wow, what did Shannon do? Purchased from Goodwill for $29.99, sold within a week for $169.99. There you go. Again, she's paying more than $3 per item, but this is a nice looking vintage leather biker jacket with fringe. That is very cool looking. This is what you call a moto jacket. Yes, I need to do a video on more videos on keywords, and I promise I'm getting these out as fast as I can. But this is a beautiful jacket with lots of interesting details. It's got the fringe on the back. That looks really cool. It's a two-tone colors. It's got the lacing here with the, looks like leather, leather laces. Very cool jacket. And it's sold for her asking price of $169.99. She did not charge free shipping. Okay, and she paid $30 for it. So she paid $30, it sold for almost $180. So that was a very wise investment. And that's how you have to look at this. Your inventory is your investment. It's just like if you had bought real estate and you're going to resell it and you let it appreciate a little bit, or a car, an older car or a muscle car or something like that, you let it appreciate. Or putting money in your 401k that's going to appreciate and earn you money over time. That is what your inventory is an investment, so you want to choose it carefully. And here we have another one with a higher price on it. Bought this at Toys R Us for $25, sold for full asking price of $85 in one day. So get those items listed so they can sell. You have no idea who's sitting there waiting for you to list that item. And they're just waiting to give you their money. So this is a Super Mario Brothers iHome headphone. That's interesting. And what she says she paid for it? $25 at Toys R Us. So I'm wondering if this was a discontinued item. Was this just a clearance item? She didn't say. So there's stuff everywhere. All right, here's George. He is an excellent one to watch. Always has interesting things. Bought this necklace and earring set at a garage sale for $3. Sold at auction for $67.66. So George knows what he's doing on these auctions. And let's see what this is. Beautiful vintage sterling silver Thunderbird necklace and earrings. And he's got the name Charles Platero Jr. Navajo on the back there. Yep, there you go. There's the name. Beautiful, beautiful set. And again, he bought this at a garage sale for $3 and sold at auction for $67.66. So he made over 20 times his investment on this one item. And you can do it too. You just have to learn. That's another thing that gets asked a lot is, how do I know what to sell? Well, time is the greatest teacher of all. You just have to get out there and do it and do some experiments, see what works for you. This is just a trial and error kind of thing. Nobody can guarantee anything, but you have to learn by doing it yourself. Okay, let me pick some other things here. Something different. Okay, here's an interesting little plush. Melissa bought for $1 at a thrift store, sold for $26 in about 2 months. Okay, great. And it is a Build-A-Bear something. Build-A-Bear Workshop My Little Pony Blue Fairy Winged Unicorn. Luna. Oh yes, Luna, named after the moon. Okay, so plush is a great seller if you have the patience to dig through it, which I really do not. I just would rather be looking at the clothes. But you pick what works for you. Some of these people that sell plush, I mean, they know their stuff, and it's just whatever you focus on is what you're going to learn, is what's going to grow. So if you want to learn a new area, you've got to spend some time in there doing it. This is definitely a business you learn by doing. And I just see a lot of you watching these videos on the Facebook group, and you're just hesitant to start because you don't want to make a mistake. And you just can't do this business that way. You have to be willing to make mistakes. And really, it's not a mistake, it's learning. So you either succeed or you've learned something. That's the way I look at it. I've learned, hey, I don't like selling that, or that doesn't work well for me, or I don't even like shopping for that item, or I don't like shipping that item, or I love doing these items. I love putting clothes on the mannequin and making them look pretty, and that's just what I love doing. So you really, this business will go so much further if you have a passion for what you're selling because you love that product line rather than I just want to make money. You've got to love what you're doing every day, and that will spill over into your profit. It really will. Okay, here is Janae. She paid $4.50 at Goodwill, sold for $36.95 in a couple of days, and it fit in a flat rate envelope. That's always handy. So this is it looks like a medical product. Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier Powder Drink. And what does this do? Oh, it's individual packs of a powdered drink mix. So it's liquid IV, meaning instead of putting it in your arm, you are drinking it. And so it is a powdered drink. And she was smart enough to figure out that it fit in a padded flat rate. So she did fast and free. Well, it's showing up as fast and free for me, probably because of my distance that I am from her. So what she probably did is just included $7 in the price of what she wanted to sell it for to cover the shipping because it's going to be flat rate no matter where it goes in the United States and Alaska and Hawaii. Again, I'm going to mention this because I saw this a lot. I did a lot of critiques this month. That special was wow. I had an overwhelming response. I still have a few left. So but I saw a lot of people that weren't shipping to Alaska and Hawaii. And guys, there's no reason not to. They want to buy things on eBay. And if you go to my video about this, which the link for that is above, and read the comments, there's comments from people in Hawaii and Alaska that are like, yes, please ship to us. There's no reason you shouldn't. They're within the USPS. If it's flat rate, they're paying the same as everybody else. Okay, there's no reason not to sell to them. I believe Hawaii has 3 million people and Alaska has just under 1 million. So that's 4 million people you are automatically excluding right off the top if you don't ship to Alaska and Hawaii. Also, in Alaska, although I've never been there, I want to go, but I understand that it's hard to get things. You know, there's a lot of undeveloped territory out there and smaller towns. There's not Walmarts on every corner in some places, but they get mail. They may get their mail airdropped or brought in by boat or whatever, but it gets there. So these are the people that most want and need to buy on eBay are the ones in Alaska and Hawaii because it's harder for them to get stuff locally. And I know I've heard, haven't been to Hawaii either, but want to go there too. Things are so expensive there. And so they look to eBay to get better deals on things than they can get locally because it's more expensive to get materials and products to Hawaii to put them in the stores and sell them. So everything there is more expensive. Services are more expensive, movies, restaurants, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, a lot of that's for the tourist industry. It's more expensive on purpose. But, you know, they want to buy on eBay just like everybody else, and there is no reason to exclude them. So please watch that video. If you have to check your shipping settings, if you have to exclude Alaska and Hawaii, please take that off. You will sell more and they will be so appreciative. Okay, sorry, got off on a tangent there. Okay, here is Andrea. She paid 50 cents and this was listed for about a month and sold for $40. Let's see what it is. Looks like a game. No, it's a map. Oh, I love maps. Vintage 1970s Guide to the Magic Kingdom. So this is considered a Disney collectible. That's what I would have added to the title. Andrea, is that who we're talking about? Is that her name? Yes, Andrea, sorry. Because sometimes people just go on eBay and put in Disney collectible or vintage Disney. So she does have vintage and Disney in her title. The only thing I would have added if she had room would be collectible. And let's see what category that's in. She's got it in the Disney contemporary collectibles department category on eBay, so that's perfect. So this is great. Yeah, people do collect all this kind of stuff, and I'm going to be doing some videos about collectibles. I did a poll on my Facebook group about what do you guys want to know more about, and overwhelmingly it was collectibles, what collectors are looking for, how you can be a better picker and provide the items that collectors want. So like when you say postcards, well, what are they looking for? What kinds of pictures do they want on them? What kind of postmarks? Do they want writing on the back? You know, what do they want? So I'm going to start getting into that so that we can be better pickers, because collectors are a huge part of our buying audience. And if we learn more about what they want, we all win. And this upcoming content may be more geared towards the Gen Xers and baby boomers, because we kind of know what this stuff is. Like, we lived it. We had these things in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and we know what they are, and they're not made anymore. So I think it's going to be really fun, because there's a sense of nostalgia when we learn about collectibles and vintage items, but also we're helping these collectors get what they want because we're learning what they want. So it's all about knowing your customer better so you can provide better service. So Andrea, that was a great find. 50 cents, and she sold it for $40. I'm not going to click on your profile, Andrea, but I just wonder where you live, if you are near a Disney park, or if you just found that somewhere. Maybe somebody got it on vacation and then just donated it or something. People assume that the Disney stuff is going to be in the areas around the Disney parks, but that's not true, because so many people go to the Disney parks and then bring souvenirs home, and then they sit in their house for 20, 30 years, and then they end up in thrift stores. So it's everywhere, not just in California and Florida. Okay, this is Kim, part of a Put Anything in a Box for $5, sold for $39.99 in a day. So here we go again. Sold really fast because she got it listed and somebody might have had an alert set up. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's just, I get so excited because I just see the possibilities on eBay sometimes when other people don't see them for themselves. And it's like, you got to get it listed so people can buy it. You just don't know who's got an alert set up. And I wish we could, because what I would do is I would go through all those alerts and be like, do I have any of these things? and be on the lookout for them all the time. But eBay has not figured out how to do that yet. But wouldn't that be awesome if there was some kind of list that had everything that buyers had set up an alert for, like in alphabetical order or by category or something, and then we could all be looking for that stuff. Everybody would make more money, including eBay, and we would all win. So that's my suggestion for the eBay, the non-existent eBay suggestion box, but maybe I'll send that into eBay Radio and we can see what happens. Anyway, what is this thing? Ryobi screwdriver, lithium. Okay, it's a screwdriver set, looks like with a battery, and new in the package. So who knows what this deal was with this. May have been a gift that wasn't ever used. May have been a It's called a breakup garage sale. I've seen those where it's like, oh, we were supposed to get married, but we didn't, and I'm selling all my, sleazy ex-boyfriend stuff. So you just never know why people are selling stuff or donating it. But very nice item here. And she picked it up for, it was one of many things that she bought for $5 and it sold for $39.99. So there you go. Okay, let's look at something else here. Here's Madison Thompson. She is a real go-getter. She's always posting cool stuff on here. Paid $4 at Goodwill, sold in about a week for full price. So here we go again, a quick sale. And on that note, I'm going to say I'm about to do my April sales update video, and it's going to be pretty sad because I have bad months just like you guys, and I'm going to do the follow-up anyway, even though it's pretty sad. But I'm not making excuses. April was a really tough month. We had that critique special where I don't even know how many we did. I did. It was just a lot. And my daughter helps me send those out, like do the emails and stuff. So that's why I say we. And then my daughter had surgery, and that, whenever you have surgery and you're like the person that is there for them, it's a lot of stuff with prep for getting to the hospital, the surgery stuff, being in the hospital, getting them home from the hospital, the aftercare and all that. So I lost some time there, but that's why I do eBay, is because I can be available for my family when they need me. And sometimes you just put your business on the back burner and do what you can do and pick it up when you can. So anyway, here's Madison's shoes. These are Ultra Olympus tennis shoes, sneakers, on and on with the title. So let's look at these. It says Olympus and then Zero Drop. So I've not heard of these before. They look kind of like Hoka ones with the big fat sole and the bright colors. So these are not in perfect condition. They show a little bit of wear, which is fine. Things are going to show wear and people will still buy them. Oh, that's cool. Now that's something to look for. The bottom looks like a big footprint. So burn that image in your brain when you're looking through shoes and you flip them over and look at the bottom. If you see that, it looks like it might be a good seller. It's called Ultra, A-L-T-R-A. And that is that's a new one for me. So thanks for sharing that, Madison. She paid $4 and sold them for $45 plus shipping. So that works. Okay, let's move on here. Amy, vintage recipe cards. Oh, this is fun. Bought at Goodwill for $3, sold for $52 plus shipping. Took about 2 months to sell. I love these kind of things because a lot of the, the volume pickers that just try to buy as much as they can, they'll skip over stuff like this because it's a little bulky to ship, or it just doesn't look, newish, high fashion, or whatever it might be. But people collect this stuff. Vintage Migrate recipe cards, 2000, 1984 Holland box. Okay, so it is a set of recipe cards. It's all nice and organized. And I'm old school. I like a recipe on paper or on a card. Sometimes I'll look at one on the computer if it and work with it, but I'm old school, and that's how I always cook, is with a recipe card or it written on an index card, like my mom's recipes, my aunt's recipes. My ex-mother-in-law is a wonderful cook, and I saved the recipes she gave me, and can't make them as well as she did, but I like recipe cards. So what is she talking about here? There are 2,000 recipe cards in total, and she counted them. Container in great shape. So this is a wonderful item to look for at estate sales, garage sales, because people still like this. Just because everything's on the internet and on the computer and on your phone now does not mean everyone likes to cook that way. And again, she paid $3 and sold for $52 plus shipping. It's showing me the shipping to me, which would have been $27. I'm in Georgia, she's in Kentucky, so that's a cool sale. Thanks for sharing that one. Okay, there's some comments here. Just talking about, I saw the same thing recently. Didn't buy it, but remembered my mom had these. And let's see what else. And then Stephanie Jennings says, I use recipe cards still and combination of online recipes, but I was born in the 60s. Well, so was I. It's like I just don't like doing a lot of stuff on my phone. I like either the computer or pen and paper. That's just me. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Michael Campbell, let's see, posted this in the big sale list, so that will be in the video of items over $100, but wanted to put it here too. First yard sales of the season, found this board game for $3 and sold within a week for full asking price of $250 plus shipping internationally. Biggest sale ever. Congratulations, Michael. The woman assured me that all the pieces were there and everything was in amazing condition. I want to write her an anonymous thank you card. Okay, let's take a look at the listing here. Hero Quest game system board game 1989 to 1990. So there it is. Hero Quest is the name of it. He sold this for $250 internationally. Wonder where it went. Maybe Michael will see this video and tell us. But this is another reason you should be shipping internationally, because they'll pay more. Remember now, there's a lot of Americans living in other countries. That's a trend now, is for people to retire in other countries where it's cheaper to live. And South America is a place where they're going, some places in Europe. But it's this fear of international shipping is really unfounded. I just see this all the time. I'm scared to ship internationally. Okay, well, why? What do you think's going to happen? Okay, well, the item might get lost. Okay, well, that's fine. What if it gets lost? You always put insurance on it. So if it gets lost, you get your money back. Okay, great. What are you afraid of? That people are going to scam me? Well, what scam are you afraid of? Because you're doing everything through eBay and PayPal. So I advise you stay away from iPhones and designer handbags always. Don't sell those at all, because those are your high scam items. But there's really nothing to be afraid of with international shipping. All you're going to do is sell more stuff and make more money. So congratulations on that, Michael. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, Nicole bought this at Goodwill for 99 cents on the color tag sale, sold in 20 days. Took best offer of $70 this morning. What is it? Some kind of pretty dress. Vintage silk beaded fringed sequined shimmy flapper holiday lounge dress. So yes, that's definitely, I can see that like as a nightclub singer or something like that. With the fringe, that's really pretty. I'm looking to see if there's some kind of garment tag. It says it's pure silk, which is always a plus. I don't see a brand on it. Maybe they cut the brand tag off of it. So this sold for best offer of $70, and she did fast and free shipping, which it's not a very heavy item, so that was her decision to do fast and free, and it worked. So that's a good sale. Okay, let's see what else we can find here. Let's see what this is. It's something little. Bought in a big lot of cookie cutters, so probably cost 10 cents. Sold in a few months, and this is Miranda wood. And it sold for $17. So yeah, it's not $100 sale, but it was a little bitty thing, probably the size of a I don't know, half dollar, for those of you that know what a half dollar is. And okay, so here's the other side with the handle where you it's a cookie press. So you roll out your dough and you shape your cookie and then you put that on top, and it looks like yeah, it's a pine cone. So that's where these little bags of things can be very profitable. Maybe the whole bag cost $1 and there's 10 or 20 things in it that you can sell individually. So that was very smart. Okay, let's move on here. All right. I like it when they put the prices in their posting here so I can see really quickly what it is. Here is Crystal, paid $21.10 on clearance. Cost $8.60 to ship, sold for $69.98 with free shipping in about 2 weeks. So this is a Ninjago. I remember this. My son was into this. I think it's these things you build. It's kind of, yeah, it's Lego stuff. Lego Ninjago, I think is how you pronounce that. Sold for $69.98. She did free shipping. Okay, fantastic. Good investment. Okay, here's another game that Casey is telling us about. $3. I think she says it went for $45 in less than 7 days. And this is a cash flow board game. So let's look at that. It's actually called Cash Flow for Kids. And I think it's part of that, what's his name? Yeah, Robert Kiyosaki, who does the Rich Dad, Poor Dad stuff. It's a game where kids can learn money management and that kind of thing. So she bought this for $3 and it sold for $45 in less than 7 days. So big purple box with Cash Flow for Kids on the front. There you go. All right. Whoa, what is this one? Melissa Haysart bought this oyster tin at an auction, paid $10, sold for $372.87. That's right, over $370 in 10 days on an auction. Her best sale ever. So we definitely have to look at this. Okay. This is a very rare vintage 1-quart Arctic brand oysters tin can with lid polar bear design. So she bought this at an auction, and it just looks like some old rusty can, doesn't it? Like, oh, that's just a rusty can. Why would anybody want that? Well, apparently somebody did. What was the other video I did recently with the beer can that went for so much money? It was one of those quart beer cans with the the twist off top. Went for, I don't know, was it $200 or $300, something like that. So this is what I'm talking about with collectors. Like, we need to know what they want so we can buy it, so they'll buy it from us. So that is coming. So yeah, she did $12 shipping. Well, she did probably calculated shipping. It's showing $12 for me. And it only had 6 bids on it. So what'd she start it at? $110, and it went up to $372.87. I bet that was so exciting. Oh, that's fantastic. So congratulations on that, Melissa. There was your 15 minutes of fame, or 3 minutes of fame, whatever that was. There's some comments below here. No questions here. Oh, she knew about it. She knew that oyster tins are the highest priced selling tins out there. I've been waiting for years to find one, and I finally found one, but just one. Okay, so put that in your brain. We've learned something about collectible cans. Oyster tins are the highest priced selling tins out there. So if you see these, stop and look them up. Okay, here's a good one. Mia Black Robinson paid $1.99 each at Goodwill last month and sold for best offer of $80 plus shipping through global shipping to Canada. So let's see what it is. They are, looks like little lampshades. Yep, glass lampshades. So let's look at these so we can all be on the lookout. They look like they're two-tone. They have the pretty, I guess, fluted type edges there. And does it have a tag on it? I don't see a tag in her pictures. But she says it's Vian, white and pink blush trim, frosted France art glass lampshades. Okay. She did calculated shipping, and she took a best offer of $80 plus shipping. And it went through the global shipping program to Canada. So that's a great sale. All right, let's see. Let me find a couple more here. Okay, I'm trying to look for some different things that we can all learn something from. Okay, here's Wendy Hammock. I had the pleasure of meeting Wendy when I went to Dallas for our workshop last year. And what she got here? Victoria's Secret tankini top, purchased at Goodwill for $3.78 and sold for $24.99 in about 4 months. So this is a nice bread and butter item. And she did not do free shipping. But this is the way it works. You get those things listed and you wait for your price. Of course, the longer you've had something, the less you're willing to take. So that's where best offer comes in handy. But this is really the real world of eBay, is the slow and steady stuff between $20 to $40 that you can consistently sell, that you can consistently source and turn over and over again. Okay, here's Diana Warren. Paid $11 at Goodwill, sold for $75 in about 1 month. And what is it? Set of 4 vintage pink glass jar farm products. Okay, so it's those wire attached lids on like a storage jar. They're not mason jars, they're just storage jars, and they're a nice pink color. And it says Farms Products on the side. And she did not do free shipping. And they sold for $75 in about a month. So if you are into shipping glass, there's a lot of money there. She probably shipped these by double boxing them, wrapping each one individually, and then boxing again is the best way. There are so many videos on YouTube about shipping. That's just one thing I'm not going to make videos about because I can't get excited about it, and there's already so many out there by all kinds of different people, eBay sellers, Amazon sellers, shipping like the UPS store, little private pack mail and ship stores have just all kinds of videos on YouTube. So when you need to know how to ship something, first of all, you should be thinking about that before you even buy the item. Is how am I going to ship this? And if you don't want to do that process and figure that out, then don't buy it. But you can find anything you want, how to ship something on YouTube. So just look for that. Okay, let's do one more. Here's my illustrious VA, Jen Cangelosi, who is very busy. Jen does about 200 listings a week for our clients and just is fantastic to have on board. And I have known Jen since it seems like the beginning of time. We kind of started eBay around the same time and evolved to here. So Jen just stays busy with all her stuff there. Okay, yeah, let's end here on Suzanne Keene, who is my also sorority sister. We were in the same sorority. She went to I think University of Texas, and I went to Auburn for a while, and we were both Alpha Chi Omegas, so that was an interesting thing. So what does she got here? She paid $3.99 at a thrift store, sold for best offer of $60 plus shipping. And let's see what she's got. Oh, Nat Nast. Yes, I know that brand. I think I've got a video on that brand. Happy Hour shirt, 2XL limited edition. This is very nice, presented very nicely. She's got her shirt on a mannequin, lots of good pictures of close-up of all the details, so that's perfect. And what'd she say? Paid $3.99 at a local thrift store, sold for best offer of $60. So you can't beat that. And before I end, I want to wish my friend Sylvia in Gainesville, Georgia, a happy retirement. Today is her last day at her real job. She is retiring and going into eBay full time, as well as she makes these wonderful cakes that she sells, rum cakes. She told me where she was from, but I forgot. It's somewhere either South America or Central America. But she's been here in the United States for 25 years and working in an executive support type job, and she's finally retiring. April 30th, today is her last day, and she is so excited to be doing eBay full time. So that is a wonderful success story that she's got her business going. I think she has about 500 items listed, something like that, and she has it all set up and just ready to transition into. So Sylvia, if you're watching, happy retirement. I know you're going to do great and you're going to just love it. So thanks everybody for watching. Have a profitable and productive day on eBay, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.